All right, what's up, YouTube? What's going down with it? It's the kid DC Wrestling, man. We back at it once again. I'm here to bring you all my official review, recap results of AEW Dynasty pay-per-view just went off the air, and we have a new AEW World Champion. Let's just go ahead and let's talk about it. Swerve Strickland has won. He has defeated Samoa Joe. He is the new AEW World Champion, and he also made history tonight. Swerve Strickland is the first ever black AEW World Champion. So that is history, regardless of how you feel about him as a wrestler, if you like him or you don't. That's history. You can't take that away. You will never be able to take that away. So obviously a very cool moment for him. The match with Joe was okay. You know, you could tell it was a build up to it. Like Joe was dominating most of the match, and then Swerve made the comeback, and then they had to do the typical finish where it seems like the challenger wasn't gonna win, but he does win, and yeah, Samoa Joe, even though he won, I know he wasn't champion for like a year or 2 years, but I still say he had a good run as champion. I'm glad that Joe was able to win the AEW World Title and have that run. You know what I mean? And I still think he had a good run, but it was just you could tell it was Swerve's time. Swerve's hot right now, and you know what they say: you got to strike while the iron is hot. The Young Bucks are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. They defeated FTR in the ladder match. I thought the ladder match was okay. You know it. I think the reason why the ladder match turned out the way it did, and I'm not saying it was bad, but obviously Danielson and Osprey was legitimately after this. I mean before this, and as great as Danielson and Osprey was, you just know you're not gonna be able to follow that. You're just not gonna be able to follow that. But they still went out there, they still did it, and the Young Bucks won. And in the process, because you're probably thinking, well, how did they win? The Young Bucks won because of the return of Jack Perry. That's right. Jack Perry is back. He cost FTR the match, and obviously the Young Bucks have shown for the past couple of weeks that they are supportive of Jack Perry, and Jack Perry is in alliance now with the Young Bucks. So now you got Okada, Young Bucks, and Jack Perry in this group now. And I'll get to Danielson and them later on, but we had Toni Storm retain her title against not Willow Nightingale, but she retained her title against Thunder Rosa in what was an incredible matchup. A lot of people were saying this was one of Toni Storm's best reigns, title matches of her reigns. I've talked about it so many times how Toni Storm's gimmick doesn't necessarily translate to the ring, but tonight was not an exception. But Thunder Rosa is incredible, man. Thunder Rosa is an incredible talent, and when you have an incredible talent like Thunder Rosa, and you still have an amazing talent in Toni Storm, it correlates to a match being really, really good. So I thought the AEW women's match for the title was way better than the women's match for the TBS title, because you had Willow Nightingale defeat Julia Hart to win the TBS title. It was nothing for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very predictable. I think everybody in the mama knew Willow Nightingale was gonna win because Mercedes Moné has clearly had her sights set on Willow Nightingale since she's came to AEW, and now it's set. AEW's Double or Nothing. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. A lot of people have been saying how Mercedes Moné, her AEW run hasn't been all that so far. I mean, she hasn't had a match yet, and they're literally saving her first match for the pay-per-view. And her promos haven't necessarily been all that. And I don't know. We'll see how this build up with her and Willow goes. I'm assuming they're both baby faces, obviously. So we see how it's presented. But Mercedes is obviously going to be looking for revenge. You had Roderick Strong retain his title against Kyle O'Reilly, the international championship. That was another really good match. These guys, obviously, good friends, tag team partners at one point, obviously. So you knew they were going to have really good chemistry. Yeah, I honestly didn't necessarily mind Roderick Strong. retaining the title. Even though I think, and I should have made a video about it, but the Undisputed Kingdom, the group as a whole, they've, I mean, already, I feel like they're already irrelevant, honestly. Like, and yes, the Adam Cole injury does play a huge role in that. Like, Adam Cole wasn't even there tonight, and I'm assuming because his injury is so severe, he's not going to be seen on TV for the next few weeks, months, maybe. And then you look at a guy like Wardlow, like he ain't really doing anything right now. So, but the House of Black defeated uh, Adam Copeland and his group, and I say it was very much needed. You know, Malachi Black pinned Adam Copeland, and that was another really good match. And, you know, it could set up Adam Copeland and Malachi Black one-on-one, you know. And I think, and like I said, I don't know if I said in the predictions video, but I'm going to say it now. A Malachi Black and Adam Copeland match, that can be a highly underrated match in my opinion. A highly underrated match that I think the AEW fan base would definitely enjoy. But man, the match of the night definitely, probably, people are already calling it match of the year. Okay, people are already calling it the best match of the year, like AEW wise, pro wrestling wise, you name it. Will Osprey versus Bryan Danielson. Now look, everybody and their mama obviously knew. I think we all knew this match was gonna be dope. Okay, but just seeing Will Osprey and Danielson going at it still was just nothing but a sight to see. And, you know, I mean, just the selling, I say was pretty good, especially from Danielson's end, like with the neck injury and the ending sequence. Osprey going for the cutter, Danielson with the running knee, or the psycho knee, I should say. That freaking, y'all know the arms, the freaking arm thing that Osprey does. Like, I'm telling you, man, you know, watching these two go at it was nothing but a sight to see. Osprey is incredible. Danielson, obviously in my opinion, one of the all-time greats of this generation, of this decade, of the 2010s and all that. And I'm assuming with how they ran about the ending, you know, you had doctors checking up on this dude. I'm assuming how they're gonna do it now, you know, because they've been saying how, you know, Danielson, this is his last year as a full-time performer. We might not see Danielson on TV for a little while. So this might be Danielson's, like, I don't know, this is going to be his last match as a full-time wrestler, because I think they said that ends at All In London, but I don't know, man. But so far, that match was just amazing. Easily match of the night, easily top 10 match of the year, probably the best AEW match of the year so far. And again, Will Ospreay just incredible, and you know, this win will definitely benefit him, definitely. And I was about to end the review, but I forgot to add on Chris Jericho versus Hook for the FTW World Title. This match, oh my God. I said it all the way back in December. This dude, Chris Jericho, need to take a break. He need to do what he did in WWE and just take a break, go on tour, like do what you need to do, write a book, do what you got to do. But this dude got to take a break from AEW, because it's getting to the point where people don't care. Like, Chris Jericho is the new FTW World Champion. No one gives a shit. You had people chanting, "Please retire," to Chris Jericho. Please retire. If that doesn't tell you that people, that even the AEW faithful, and you know how passionate AEW fans are, it doesn't tell you that these fans are done with Chris Jericho, I don't know what will. And I thought, you know, with everything that went down with obviously the situation back in December and just storyline, I just thought, man, if Chris can just take a break, about 5-6 months, come back, new character, he should be good. Like, and I'll admit, you know, Hook cooking out, I think he kicked out like 2 Judas effects, so good on him. But I heard rumors that his contract could be coming up to an end. I'm just saying, I heard rumors. I'm not saying they're true, but yeah, I don't know what to say about Jericho and the FTW World Championship, but overall, I thought tonight's AEW Dynasty was just a really good show. This is overall a really dope card, man. Like AEW, I think they never fail to put on really good pay per views. So yeah, so I don't know if I missed any other matches. If I did, but like I said, still really good card, really good show, and yeah, that's been my review. So I hope